Hey guys, so I thought I'd make a video today kind of talking a little bit about myself because I realized you don't really know the real me other than what you see in the prank videos. So here it goes. 24-year-old heterosexual man. I live in Gig Harbor, Washington, and I work as a server at a retirement home. I worked there for 4 years. 3 years straight, then I quit for 2 years, and then I came back, and I've been back there for about a year. Um, I was born in Waynesboro, Pennsylvania, and then when I was 2 years old, I moved to England, where I lived for 4 years because my dad was stationed in the Air Force. While I was in England, I developed kind of a British accent, um, but it started to kind of fade over time. In fact, actually, it started to sound weird over time, at which point my mother sent me to a speech therapy class to get me all straightened out. My favorite food is lasagna. Uh, my favorite beverage is beer. Any kind of beer, really, although I prefer beers with more flavor, so IPAs, less light beers, more IPAs and stouts and stuff like that. I mean, I'll buy light beers because they're cheap if I can't afford, the real thing. Um, Other than beer, my favorite things to drink is water. I don't drink any sodas, I don't drink juice, anything with like a bunch of added sugar. My ideal breakfast is a bowl of granola with sliced bananas, some raisins, bowl of fruit, some poached eggs, and a cup of water. And coffee. I'm a big coffee drinker. I like to drink coffee every day. It gets me going. I didn't graduate high school until I was 21. Not because I'm stupid, but because I skipped class a lot towards the end. And I had to make up the credits somehow, so they sent me to an alternative high school where I could do so. Um, I used to play the drums. I used to be pretty good at the drums, I think, but then I stopped. I also used to play basketball, although I'm not really big into sports. My favorite class in school was English or writing because I got to do creative writing and I was really good at that. I've always wanted to direct my own movies, write and direct my own movies. I've never wanted to do anything other than that. So hopefully one day I'll be doing that. Um, I have 4 siblings, one older brother, one older sister, and 2 younger sisters. I'm a dog person. I used to have a dog. I had a dog since I was 14. She recently passed away this year due to some sort of fluid buildup in her stomach. I have her cremated. She's on my shelf over there. Her name was Marcy. I have a video of her on this channel if you want to check it out. My favorite movie is Billy Madison. I have 2 tattoos, one of which is dedicated to Billy Madison, and another one is dedicated to Heisenberg. It's a tattoo of Heisenberg from Breaking Bad. That's my favorite show. I like comedy movies, although I enjoy thrillers, psychological thrillers, and anything really. I like any kind of movie. I'm a movie buff. I like movies. Um, my biggest inspiration since I was a child is and always will be in Adam Sandler. I love him in the straightest way possible. I was always kind of quiet, I guess, in high school. Um, Except around my circle of friends. It wasn't until I was out of high school that I really started to become outgoing. And now a lot of people, especially the people I work with, would consider me that. But this YouTube channel helped a lot in kind of helping me break out of my shell. I enjoy making prank videos, although to be quite honest, I enjoy making sketches more. And I'd like to devote some more time to creating better sketches and growing there, becoming better at that. I live at home with my dad. He charges me rent, $100 a month. It's not bad at all, considering that, any apartment would be way more than that. Two of my sisters and my mother live in Maryland on the other side of the country. I visit them occasionally. I wish I could visit them more. And then one of my sisters lives here in Washington, not with me, but in her own house. I think it's good to smoke pot. I think it really helps get the creative juices flowing. Although I've come to the conclusion that that's almost all it's good for, personally for me, is to get the creative juices flowing. I use it when I want to come up with ideas, and that's how I come up with my ideas. And then when I'm acting them out, I'm not on it, because I can't really function out in the real world while I'm high. My favorite stand-up comedian is Louis C.K. I also love Bill Burr, Jim Jeffries, Dimitri Martin, Doug Benson. I can go on. I once got expelled from middle school for shitting in the band locker. I was actually in detention a lot during school. I was always getting suspended and in trouble some way or another. I have a bonfire every Saturday. Tradition. I'm also a regular at Applebee's for some strange reason. I don't even eat their food. I just drink there. It's weird. I like to consider myself a nice dude. I'm always pretty polite. Say please, thank you. If I'm ever seem like I'm being a dick, I'm joking, and I'm doing it ironically or sarcastically. I'm also a pretty good drawer. I like to doodle. I don't read, but I want to be a person who reads, I guess. Although every time I pick up a book, I never finish it. I'm a procrastinator. My dream one day is to live in California. I enjoy summers more than I do winters, because I hate cold weather. I also hate the rain, which is ironic because I live in Washington. I try to lift weights 3 times a week, or I do lift weights 3 times a week. It's never on the same days though. I always either push it back a day or bring it forward a day. If I had to pick something that I was insecure about, it would be my teeth. I need braces, but I never got them. And they're crowding. So I can't really think of anything else I can tell you right now. So if you have anything at all that you'd like to know, leave them in the comments and I might get to them in a future video. So thank you.